Hey y'all, so everybody else talking about this whole Beyonce and Brandy situation. Um, but I think Brandy don't want to talk to Beyonce. That's what I think. You ever been in those situations where the other person don't want to talk to you because who knows? Like, let's say I got into uh, an argument with somebody, um, and I forgave them, but they didn't forgive me, so they're upset. But I'm not upset. I'm good. I think Brandy is upset with Beyonce. I don't know why, but I think Brandy is very much upset with Beyonce. Because you have to understand, why is Beyonce walking the other way? I'm pretty sure Beyonce didn't do nothing wrong. But the way in the video where you can see Beyonce and she just like, she's looking left and right and then she all of a sudden walks the other way, it's like she's trying to avoid an awkward situation. I don't think that she's afraid of anything. I think that she's trying to avoid an awkward situation. You feel me? Does that make sense? That's what I think. So let's go back to the past. So we already know that Brandy and not Michelle, Brandy and Kelly Rowland, they they were friends. I forget when. I believe it was like maybe in 2003. They became closer friends. That's when Beyonce did her own thing, and I guess Kelly Rowland was just trying to figure out what she was trying to do. So at that time, that's when she probably hooked up with Brandy, and they became friends, and they started going to parties together. They went to awards together, um, and everything was cool because I'm pretty sure she kind of fell out with Beyonce. She even said it in the song. Remember that one song that Kelly Rowland did, "Dirty Laundry"? She said that she was she stopped being friends with Beyonce for a while. She said I stopped being friends with my sister. I missed her. Y'all remember that? So I'm pretty sure during that time, that's probably when Kelly Rowland started being close with Brandy, and I'm pretty sure Brandy was saying some mean things. Some she probably said you need to stop hanging around Beyonce. You need to stop hanging around the whole Knowles family because you need to get a name for yourself. You can't have your own name and be under Beyonce and be friends with her. So who knows? Maybe, you know what? Maybe Beyonce does have a little grudge towards Brandy. Who knows? She probably do. Who knows? But I want to talk about people saying that Beyonce is the wrong one and not putting Brandy in the equation because let's talk about it. Brandy did not take a picture with. I mean, she took a picture afterwards, individually with other people, but she did not take a picture. She did not come out and take a picture with uh, Patti LaBelle. She didn't take a picture with Beyonce, obviously. She didn't take a picture with Solange. Solange was there. She didn't take a picture with Kelly Rowland. She didn't take a picture with anybody. So it's like, was Brandy in her? Was she on stage at the time? Was she in her dressing room and she was just like, I ain't coming out? You ever been in one of those situations where, like when you were younger and your parents had over some, they had some guests over and you didn't want to be seen by the guests. So you're like, let me stay in my room. I ain't trying to be bothered with nobody. Let me stay in my room. That's what I think. That's what I think Brandy was doing. She's like, let me stay in my room because I don't feel like dealing with these folks. Because Brandy actually used to be with Jay-Z. I don't know if they were that close, but her and Jay-Z used to be together. So it's like, it was just too many situations to where there's no reason for us to be friends. There's no reason for us to talk to each other. There's no reason for us to even acknowledge each other. That's probably where Beyonce is at with it, and Brandy is probably at with it. They just have that mutual respect for one another, but when it comes down to meeting and greeting, nah, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. I don't blame that. There's some people in my life where I've forgiven you, but I really don't care to see you, you know. And, God is working on me, but we all have that one person who we love from afar, but when it comes down to being in the same room, you don't want to talk to them. You don't. It's like we don't have nothing to talk about. It's just like, you know. So I don't think it's beyond Beyonce. Everybody knows that Beyonce is the nicest person when it comes down to other celebrities, even celebrities that we don't even know. There's some celebrities that I didn't even know that Beyonce knows, and she gave them their roses. And I'm like, who is this person? Everybody always says they're like, oh, Beyonce sent me flowers. Beyonce, she said that she knows my work and blah blah blah. It's like, what does Beyonce have to lose being mean to Brandy? Like why would she? Why would it just be Brandy out of everybody? You know? I think the main exponents is Brandy being close with Jay-Z. Maybe Jay-Z told Beyonce some things that happened between him, and Brandy, and Beyonce's like, we ain't doing that. I ain't talking to her. And maybe it's just an awkward thing where you just don't talk about it, but they know what it is. They know what's up. Cause keep in mind, y'all, I peeped that everyone Beyonce knows, everyone Beyonce messes with, her whole circle, Angie, Solange, Kelly, Michelle Williams. I want to say Lala even. Well, Beyonce don't really mess with Lala that much. That's more of Kelly Rowland's friend. But Kelly Rowland is best friends with Lala and Sierra. I didn't really check for Sierra, but I know for a fact that Angie Beyonce, Solange, Michelle Williams, nor Kelly Rowland follow Brandy. But every single person I just named follows Monica. People say, oh, it's not a big deal if somebody don't follow. It doesn't, but when there's a pattern of no one following Brandy that is close to Beyonce, that rings bells to me. That's an alarm. So that means Brandy did something, or she said something. We all know Brandy was not a nice person back in the day. She was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Do y'all remember that movie Cinderella Story? Even the other movie she did with Whitney Houston. The Cinderella. Oh yeah, that's the same movie. Cinderella. And then she did a movie with Diana Ross, Double Platinum. That movie was amazing. Y'all remember that movie? And then she did Moesha. Moesha was a hit. So it's just like she had the 90s down pat. She had the 90s down pat. So she was on top of the world. No pun intended. She was on top of the world. Almost doesn't count. Come on now. Have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry? Have you ever needed something so bad you can't sleep at night? Have you ever? Come on now, she was going crazy. So if you were Brandy, let's say you were Brandy, and you was doing it. It's like back to back, hit. You gonna feel like you on top of the world. You gonna feel like you that one. But you can still be that one and still have a nice heart. I don't think Brandy had a nice heart. She was surrounded by the best. She was surrounded by Whitney Houston. She was surrounded by the best. So when you're surrounded by the best, and the best is telling you, oh, your voice is amazing. Don't let anybody do this, da. And you getting movies. You doing the movies. You doing the shows. You're going to have a big ego. A very big ego. Got a big ego. Ego so big, you must admit, I've got every reason to feel like I'm that. Ego so strong. If you ain't know, I don't need no beat. I can listen to piano. Oh, oh. Brandy was not a nice person. Brandy gives me like that mean girl that everybody wants to be friends with, but she won't let you because she's so mean. Beautiful girl. She could sing. Boy, she could sing. I actually think that. Let me shut up. But she can really sing. She can really, 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 really sing. People call her the vocal Bible. I think the vocal Bible is Whitney Houston. But after Whitney Houston, let me shut up about that too, because this is not what this is about. But Brandy, she can sing. So y'all gotta realize that Brandy, she was not a nice person. She was definitely a mean girl. Even in the one show she used to do, the reality show she used to do. Remember, she did the reality show, and then she brought Kelly Rowland as like a feature, just to give her watch time. So she was just like, Kelly, Kelly, tell me more about what I did. What I did, girl. What I did. What I did, girl. Tell the folks. Tell the girl. Kelly was like, I remember you were obnoxious.
Kelly, do you remember how we met?
The first time was at Soul Train.
Soul Train. Tell me how I was. Like, I want to know, please. I just need to know.
Gosh, you were so obnoxious.
You did?
Ooh.
You tell me, like, what was I saying to you, Kelly?
I don't know. You were just asking me and the girls a whole bunch of questions. Why y'all do this? Why y'all do that? Ooh, y'all something. It was a whole bunch of questions.
Oh, my God.
And remember, we just gotten back from Jamaica. I was like the color of, but just really, really chocolate. And I remember you were like, ooh, girl, you are dark.
Kelly Rowland is such a nice person. Kelly Rowland usually, for her to sit there and say that you were obnoxious, that means you were more than obnoxious. So anything Kelly Rowland said, I timed it by 3. Brandy knew exactly the type of person was. That's why she asked her. She was like, Kelly, you remember how we met? Girl, you remember how we met? You were obnoxious. She was like, no, tell me more. Tell me, what did I do? What did I do? She had like, it was like a badge of honor or something. Like she wanted everybody to know that she was a mean girl. She was like, let me know. Tell me more. Tell me more. And Kelly was like, you were just obnoxious. You were just like, why y'all so country? Why y'all this? Why y'all do that? Why y'all do that? It's like nitpicking. You ever met somebody who just nitpicks at everything you do? It's like, why are you studying me so hard? Stop studying me. And then she said, there was one time I went to the beach. We all went to the beach. And I got dark chocolate. Like the sun, I ain't put no sunscreen on. And I got super dark. And I remember Kelly Rowland was super de-duper conscious about her color. I remember there was an interview where she would wear a big hat to stay away from the sun. Like she would hide from the sun because she didn't want to get dark. And then Mama Tina was like, "Girl, what you doing? Your skin beautiful and chocolate. What you hiding from the sun for?" So there was a time where Kelly was at the beach with them, and then they came back. I believe they were in the Bahamas or something. They came back, and Kelly was super dark because she didn't put no sunscreen on. And then Brandy was like, "You are dark." But then Brandy corrected her. She said, "No, I didn't say that. I said you were black." That's worse. And mind you, Brandy is almost the same color, but I'm pretty sure, because, Kelly Rowland said that she was darker because she was in the sun, so that means that she was, like, super chocolate. So Brandy's like that type of person who just inputs her opinion in everything. Those type of people, I cannot stand those people who just have an opinion about everything, who just want to throw their opinions on you. Tell you, why you wearing that? Why you crunch like that? Why you eat like that? Why you dip who just study you, I don't trust people who just study you, sit in this. It's like monitoring spirits a little bit. Not Monica. Brandy gives me monitoring spirits. I don't think she's the same person now, but I think that she definitely did that. And for some reason, Beyonce don't mess with you right now. She still don't mess with you. She probably forgave you, but she's like, I don't trust you. Once you hurt me, I can never trust you again. The only person that Beyonce would let that doctrine go for is Jay-Z. Jay-Z hurt her so many times that she forgave him. But when it comes to other people, nah. So what is it? What y'all think? Do you think that maybe Brandy knows something that... Because the only person that Beyonce did a swerve on was Jason Lee. I'm trying to figure out why. I mean, obviously we know why, because he's messy, but is Brandy messy too? Is that why she ran away too? Y'all let me know in the comments. Bye, y'all.